The rebellion army of Wano is arising. What's up, YouTubers of the world? megageekmixer here, give you guys my One Piece chapter of 950, The Dreams of the Strong. Great title, by the way, because it is definitely the dreams of the strong will of the rebellion that is finally coming together and getting ready to prepare for a great battle that'll happen in 8 days. While Luffy did get the spirits rising on the rebellions in that prison, they still weren't ready to join in. Why? Well, because Luffy's a pirate, and they don't trust pirates, especially since Kaido's a pirate. Typical, but I can't help but laugh at all that. It's understandable, mind you, but still. It's still so funny. I can't help but laugh. But luckily, it didn't take long to get them to be persuaded to actually start fighting, get ready to fight back against Kaido. All they needed was a symbol of a light symbol of the Revolutionary Army. And who the better light symbol than that? Why, no one better than Momonosuke himself. Now, yes, Momonosuke once he ended up showing himself, all that doubt they were having, for one, about the Kazuki family, parts of them were travel 20 years into the future and finding that hard to believe, especially with the little joke going on saying Razu looked the same as he always did before. That's funny right there. But still, though, once Momonosuke came out, they finally decided that yes, we're ready to fight. The light of the revolutionary is in front of us. We are ready and willing to do whatever you say, Momonosuke. Now, as for Momonosuke, he's still a little nervous and stuff, being still a kid and everything. But I'm sure as this goes on, and he continues to show his strength of leadership and will and bravery, he will eventually be keeping that at the end of this arc. Well, and mostly thanks to Luffy, because first off, he and Luffy, with their reunion, continue to insult and bicker each other like brothers would do. Luffy being the older brother of it. It kind of reminds me of Luffy and Ace, back when Ace would insult and pick on Luffy and just beat him up with how much of a crybaby he's being. Good old memories. And speaking of Luffy, well, as we all know, even though that was brave of what he did last chapter and stuff, we all still can't forget it was super reckless. But that's Luffy for you, because while he may have gotten them on their side, the fighting spirits of the rebellion back, he still had that poison of the mummy virus inside of him. So you got Chopper ranting on him for how stupid he was and finding an antidote, but we all know Chopper. He'll figure it out. And with that all said, though, back on the other side, outside of the prison, which I'm glad we got back to. I was really curious what was going on out there. First off, you got Sentomaru, who has been rejecting Kinemon and Inuarashi into rejoining the army and stuff. And it turns out, the real reason he was really doing that, though, is because, well, he took them to a grave site. Yeah, and at this grave site was the graves of some of the rebels who couldn't wait 20 years and decided to attack 10 years earlier. And it didn't go so well. They were beaten down by Orochi and Kaido so easily that they're out of it, that they ended up all losing their lives. Well, maybe not all of them, but even still though, Sentomaru, whose real name Orochi Dojo, Ashira Dojo, yeah, Ashira Dojo. I was thinking something else there. My bad, guys. But basically, he tried to stop them, but they just couldn't be stopped. Especially when they started giving out a cry that made them get even more motivated than ever. But after telling them the story, Ashura finally decided he is going to join them, and his group of bandits will also be joining in. And no doubt other rebellions out there are going to when they find out another one of the Red Chiefs is coming back out there. We still don't know where that other one is. The Denjiro guy or whatever his name is. I forgot, but I hope we see him soon. I still think he might be Kiyoshiro. Probably not, though, because I'm real. Like I said before, I'm sorry I keep saying this over and over, guys, but it's just not gonna leave my head until it's finally shown to me if Kiyoshiro really is the other Nine Sheath, or if he's just a powerful guy who could be a worthy opponent for Zoro. We'll see in time, though. But Speaking of Zoro, we get a little catch up with him and Hiyori. They've been on the run and they're in a forest right now where Zoro keeps protecting Hiyori from a bunch of Oniwamba ninjas who were sent to go after him. And Zoro, being the skilled swordsman he is, yeah, he pretty much knocks those guys out with ease. And from what it looks like, he still hasn't received any damage or anything, not since his battle with Killer. So he's doing fine now. But I think his real challenge is about to come within the fact that he said that he needs to get Shisui back, the sword that belonged to Ryuma. And that sword was taken from him from a guy named Kayuki Maru, a guy he fought in the bridge, and he seems like a pretty good challenge for Zoro, a good challenge for him to be ready for the final battle going forward. And of course Zoro, he says that he's going to get it because he just feels so light without it. And no surprise there, he's Zoro, the three-sword style swordsman. He needs 3 swords, not 2 swords, mind you. Even though he can use 2 swords and 1 sword styles, he's a 3-sword styles person. So get those 3 swords on you and get them on you good. Speaking of swords, I'm wondering if, like, even if in the end he does return Shisui, will he get that other Curse Blade sword that Luffy had earlier on when the arc began? Because that's what it sure is looking like. But while he also said that, he also was talking about wanting to avenge Tonoyasu. Well, that is the public name he was known as, but he was also known as Yasui. And speaking of which, all those bandits and other rebels who heard about it, they're on fire and ready to avenge him for exactly that, which is another good reason to get rebels on their side. But for Zoro, I can understand. I hate that Orochi so much, but that means he kills it as a villain, and he kills it as a villain great. But here's the cool thing. Hiyori wants to kill him too. She's like saying, let me be the one to kill him. But either way, I'm sure when this is all said and done, Momonosuke and Orochi will be the ones to decide their fate. They have to be the ones to decide Orochi's fate because it's their country. He overthrew their father. It's only right the kid should be the one to take him down permanently. Like maybe deliver the final blow or decide his fate. Either way works though. But not only that though, I also forgot to mention about Kid. So if you guys remember in last chapter, Kid was free, but it turns out he didn't join Luffy like I was hoping. But I guess that's no surprise considering his personality and all, and in the fact that the alliance he tried to make with Basil and Scratchman of Pooh ended in betrayal, with them deciding to sign up and side with the bigger, stronger force that's no doubt gonna win, like joining the winning side. Kind of like what Pirates of the Caribbean said back in those times, like in N's world, where there's nothing personal. Joining the winning side is just good business. Good memories on that end. But even still though, he left Luffy out of generosity, and he's decided that he won't trust anyone but his partner Killer and their crewmates, who are they now going to rescue. But no doubt, once they see how things are going, by necessity they will assist Luffy, only because they got a chance to take revenge on Kaido once the final battle shows up. So that is good on that end. And speaking of Basil Hawkins and Scratchman of Pooh, well, he wasn't in this chapter, but you get what I'm saying. Basil Hawkins has captured Trafalgar Law. Yes, Trafalgar Law has now been captured, and now they're going to try to interrogate him to get info on him about what the Straw Hats and the Heart Pirates are planning to do in Wano. Of course, but looking at that smile on Trafalgar Law's face, you know he's got something big planned. Because I doubt he'll tell him anything, but if he does tell him something, it's no doubt part of a plan. No doubt it is all part of a plan, because This kid, Law, has been through so much in his life. I highly doubt that whatever sort of tricks they're gonna pull, they'll be enough to make Law talk. And even if they do, like I said, it's gotta be a trap. It has to be a trap. But that is all for today, guys. And let me just say that The Dreams of the Strong was a great chapter. It really was igniting my heart for the final battle, to wishing it would get here quickly. I know there's still more we're going to be revealed to, but with the Revolutionary Army's fire now being lit hotter than ever, and it's growing bigger and bigger, my heart is growing bigger and bigger. Can't wait to see what the final battle has in store for us. Oh, it's going to be awesome. But until then, guys, if you're enjoying my videos, all you got to do is click that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to be notified when I make more videos. And until then, Mega Geek Mixer signing out. Bye!